Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here at Römerberg in Frankfurt, Germany. Today there is a big event going on, the rally of the initiative Besorgte Eltern, that is concerned parents. They are intending to set another clear mark against the increasing early sexualization of children in schools and kindergarten, which is progressing to dreadful extents. This initiative, Concerned Parents, understands itself as an active counter-movement. As you see, there's quite something going on here. Lots of citizens have made their way to this place. Many are not even from Hessen, this part of Germany. The initiative Concerned Parents has grown in a short time to a countrywide movement here in Germany. It is politically independent and neutral, also concerning religious and worldview. Its goal is to gather parents, grandparents, teachers, politicians and concerned citizens in a synergy aimed at the protection of our children. Concerned Parents stands against any kind of early sexualization of children in kindergartens and schools. Many visitors from abroad have come as well because they all share the same concern. We have people here from the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Austria, Italy, Luxembourg and Switzerland, even from Romania, giving greetings to the families assembled here. All are determined to stand up against the continuing and forced early sexualization. More and more mothers and fathers are resisting their children becoming sex objects of our modern educational policies. Many of you valued fews might not even know how far the so-called action plans have already developed and are already being carried out in lots of places. For example, kindergarten children are supposed to discover and investigate their own bodies and nudeness in cuddling corners in order to get to know their bodies and lustful desire in a playful way. Primary school children are confronted with a sex box, including a plush vagina, a plastic penis, as well as condoms. They are made familiar with sex, lust and masturbation. Furthermore, the children are introduced to a broad variety of sexual tendencies, like homosexual, bisexual, transsexual, transgender, intersexual and queer, also called LGBTIQ. The parents, educators, grandparents and teachers here are greatly concerned about this development. Let's listen to what it exactly is that moves the people who have come here today to give a decisive no to this forced early sexualization of their children.
The right to explain sex is taken away from the parents. I'm for sex ed, yeah, but it must be appropriate to time and to age. They must ask us parents about it.
Let kids be kids. What do you mean by that?
Children have a natural sensitivity. If they say, I feel uncomfortable, they feel uncomfortable. At school, they are forced to say things and look at things they feel uncomfortable with. That's why I'm here. This has to stop.
Stop torturing our kids with sex, it says on your cap. What does it mean?
By that I mean, when you explain sex to kids too early, you misuse them. They can't handle these feelings. It's a torture for them. I know children who were told about sex too early. Before, they played with boys very naturally, but afterwards it wasn't possible anymore. They felt embarrassed and awkward. Still today, they're having a problem with it. They're teenagers now, but unable to cope with it.
What enrages you most about this situation?
I think it's fatal to not consider our kids and their feelings. Teachers tell our children they should talk about their feelings, but it's not possible. At school, it's not accepted when a child says, I do not want to hear that. And that really angers me. That they don't take our kids seriously, and afterwards even say, we parents are sexually repressed. That's fatal.
For me, it's about all of society. You know, I am a teacher. I clearly see the decay in my students and also their parents. When you experience what this sex education, a so-called science, does to the people, it's just brutal.
Do you think education is and must be a parental right?
Yes, it's in this article, and I plead for it to stay. I have grandchildren in Berlin. I'm shocked when I read the educational plans for day nurseries. It says in there that for a healthy development of a child's personality, it must be able to live out its sexual desires in a lustful way. I really ask myself, where does this lead to?
This woman, Anna B., was a caring mother. Even though she has 12 kids, she listened to everyone's needs. She didn't say, oh, I have 12 kids, I won't listen to them anymore because I have too much housework to do. No, she asked, what's going on? And her son said, I walked out of the lesson because I felt sick. And this mother of 12 children, Anna, said, okay, you felt sick and went out. That's okay. What happened then? Our court sent this woman to prison for 8 days. How can something like this happen in our country? This is unbelievable.
Dear viewers, this gave us an instructive insight into the parents' concern. It shows there is a broad rejection of such early sexualization in society. If our constitution unmistakably gives the parents the natural right to the education of their children and even describes this as their first parental duty, then there must not be any education at schools which is directed against the clear will of the parents. The fact that people who take direct action against this early sexualization are even facing prosecution and imprisonment must be seen as a direct violation of our constitution. The immediate action of our politicians is needed here. Our democracy is really going to face a test with this. For the basis of a democracy is that state power comes from the people. Are the responsible politicians going to respect the parents' will and the will of broad parts of society? Only if we persistently continue on here. Please do share this important information. Inform all who don't know about these developments yet. With the following impressions, we say goodbye to you and wish you a pleasant evening.
Ich will das nicht hören, hört auf mich zu stören. In meiner kleinen Welt ist es süß, mir gefällt.